Hey guys, Greg with BTOD TV and BTOD.com. In today's weight capacity comparison, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Ikea Idasen and comparing it to the SHW Electric Standing Desk. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see these videos before, we like to look at 3 specific weights and compare each desk's performance with those weights applied to the surface. So for this video, we're going to be comparing 100 pounds, 133 pounds, which is the max capacity for the SHW, and then finally 208 pounds, which is the max capacity for the Ikea Idasen. With that, let's go ahead and get started with the first comparison. Before we go ahead and jump into the first comparison, let's talk about the setup. As you can see, each desk does have cinder blocks on the surface, plus small dumbbell on the Ikea Idasen as well, plus the weight of the surface to get to our initial 100 pounds. Because the SHW surface is thin, it does have an additional cinder block. That's why you'll see it has one additional on the surface. Now, what you want to look for as we're doing our testing, we're going to start at the same sitting height and at the same standing height. See how these desks perform as we move through this range of motion. And then you'll also want to take note as we apply more weight to the surface. You'll also notice I have my cell phone here. I'll be using the Desk Connect from Lineck that operates the Ikea Idasen via the remote or the app, which allows me to, it doesn't have a programmable switch, so this is how I'm going to have to move it up and down. With that, let's go ahead and get started with our first comparison of 100 pounds and see how each desk performs. For our second weight capacity comparison, we've maxed out the SHW, which again has a max capacity of 133 pounds. We've also got the Ikea Idasen set to the same weight. We're now ready to go ahead and see how each compares at this capacity. For our third and final test, we'll be maxing out the Ikea Idasen. This again has a max capacity of 208 pounds. We've left the SHW at its max capacity of 133, so we're going to be doing our max versus max to give you an idea how each desk would perform at its max capacity. We're not going to be intentionally overloading the desk. We do, however, test for overload protection, which is important if you're trying to run these desks near their max capacity, and we found that both of these desks do not include this protection, so this is something to note should you decide to go with either option. With that, let's go ahead and see how they perform at their max versus max capacities. Hopefully this weight capacity comparison of the Ikea Idasen versus the SHW Electric Standing Desk gave you a better idea how each desk would perform with the 3 different weights that we tested here today. I think you could tell through the testing, while the Ikea Idasen was definitely quicker on the initial 100-pound test, once we applied the max capacity to the SHW, which was 133, and the same to the Ikea Idasen, it started to slow down quite a bit. And then once they were both at max versus max, they were very similar. So even though the SHW is significantly less money, the Ikea Idasen is quite a bit underpowered for what you would expect from this particular desk. If this video was helpful, please help us out. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Thanks a lot for watching.